Welcome to this video in which I'm going to be talking about the IIM Bangalore EPGP, that's the one-year executive MBA program, and tell you how you should be going about approaching their application essays. All right, so the first thing about the IIM Bangalore EPGP program, smaller class size, and they want to keep it distinct from their PGP program, which is the 2-year program that they have. So that is why if you see the requirement very clearly states that minimum 5 years and preferably less than 12 years, correct? So why do they have this range? So I will tell you the reason for the lower boundary point and the upper boundary point. The lower boundary point is why 5 years? Because they see that a lot of students applying to the PGP program typically have anywhere from 0 to 3-4 years experience. So they feel that 5 years is a good cutoff for you to take the consider the EPGP program. Again, I think from a perspective of the entry point, obviously you have CAT for the PGP program and it is GMAT for the EPGP program, right? So that's where they are also bifurcating the entry criterion. With regards to the upper boundary point of why 12 years, because this is something that I sense from a lot of schools, which is they say that look, when we get a mid to senior career professional, we are expecting that person to actually utilize the MBA program in terms of the network and in terms of the various things it provides to catapult himself to a level that is slightly higher than what it was before he joined the EPGP. However, what happens is once you have 15 years or 20 years experience, to be honest, I'm not very sure at that salary level, at that career stage, whether a one-year degree is going to make you any different than a colleague who is as hardworking as you, who is as smart as you. So you can't just say that I got a one-year degree, hence I need to get that. So they feel that the sweet spot is 5 to 12 years, correct? So they feel that the program is tailored to kind of cater to this particular segment, because you also have to understand recruitment comes, so they go to the industry, they try to look at companies which are wanting to take slightly senior candidates, so they know that this is what we need to be providing in the course for the recruiters to find you attractive, correct? So they talk to the industry, look at the skill sets, try to incorporate that into the program. So that's the good news. But again, 5 to 12 years, it says preferably 12. If you feel yours is a very unique case and you want to pitch to them, since the word is preferable, my suggestion would be to first talk to IIM Bangalore, and if they feel that you have a shot, you can always go ahead and apply. Now, coming to the, so you have the two parts to it, the SOP and the LORs. So I'll first talk about the SOPs, then I'll get to the LOR bit. So a statement of purpose, SOP, that enables the applicant to highlight her future goals and achievements. No word limit is required for the SOP. Okay. Good news, bad news, both together. When they say no word limit required, we might think, can I write 2000 words, 3000 words? Can I tell them everything about my life? Obviously, the answer is no. Should I just write 300 words? Perhaps no, because since they are giving no word limit, why should we, not utilize that extra space? My take would be, this is an essay that should typically be around 750 words. There are cases where it can go to 1,000 words, because IIM Ahmedabad has a similar essay once you are kind of shortlisted. So if you feel that there are things that you can say with 1,000 words, I would say you could maybe even use that as the word limit. But I would say 600 would be the absolute minimum, 500 to 600. At least you have to write about 500 to 600 words. What is the meaning of the word statement of purpose? What is your purpose? I'll start with that, right? What is your purpose in life? Why have you been put on planet Earth, right? Maybe you are a guy who believes that technology has the answer to solve problems. maybe you are a teacher like me who feels that education is the way to improve the world. Whatever your cause be, correct? So you need to start with the why. In fact, there is a book, Start with the Why by Simon Sinek. But the whole idea is try to say what is it that is at the core, correct? And this could be life experiences, this could be something that happened to you when you are growing up, right? These are also important things. So I want to get a sense of who you are before I can know what you want to be. I would start the essay by first talking about my life journey. What are those things that are hard baked into me because of the way I grew up, or the experiences that I've had, correct? I'm not asking you to repeat your resume. I'm not asking you to say, I grew up in this place, my father did this, and I went to college, then I took this job, then I did this. No. A sense of your growth as a person in your life. Now comes the second part. This is first part. Now comes the second part. Now that you have grown in your life, now that you have known what you want to do, what is it that is ahead of you, right? What is it that you think is what you should be doing with your life? A, at a long term, B, at a short term, correct? So you could either say, long term, this is my goal. In order to do that, I want to achieve it by my so-and-so short-term goal. Or you could flip it and say, this is my short-term goal leading to a so-and-so long-term goal. Long-term goal could be being in the senior management of a company. That's perfectly okay. Not everyone wants to be, startup, correct? So I think people think that long-term means we have to say entrepreneurship. No, in fact, I've had people who have said, so let me give you an example, correct? So I had someone who said that I don't want to work for a large company. I don't want to start up on my own because given the debt that I get in the B school, but I think I'll be able to take a risk in between, and I want to go for a funded startup, right? Where yes, there is a probability of failure, but because it's got funding, the chances are. So you could probably play it that way also, right? So you want to start up something on your own eventually may not be the goal. Coming to your short-term goal could be that I want to be in this specific role, in this specific industry, okay, doing so and so things, right? Something that you're not currently doing. Now let us say that you are a finance professional, correct? And you are looking at accounts, and you are looking at various ways in which you can assess a particular thing's value, right? Now, maybe you're part of a corporate finance team and you want to eventually get into the management role. What would be required is, what is your ability to assess a company? How do you value a company, right? You value a company, the sum is greater than the parts, right? So you have to look at it. You have to say, okay, is the management in place? Is there IP in place? So you need to have an ability to look at a problem from 360 degrees, correct? So that's what an MBA can provide you. So what you do is you tell what you have done, what's your life story. Then you have to tell that in such a role, now I have defined that role. Now you say that, look, though I am very good in finance, very good in accounts, and very good in numbers, correct? But somewhere where I feel my next growth in my life would be to get a 360-degree view. So that then gives you the third part. Okay, so your second part, you're describing the future and what you need in such a future. One more thing about the second part is, given the turbulent times, given that this whole COVID situation that we are facing, a lot of industries have gone through tremendous change. So I would also like to look at your thoughts on what has been the impact in your industry, correct? So when you're defining that future vision, maybe you need to include that. Third part, how is the PGP, ePGP program at IIM Bangalore going to help you, right? Now that you have said this is what you want to be, this is where you are, there is obviously some delta that is missing. That then becomes your why IIMB ePGP. So here you're going to talk about the knowledge gaps that you want to fill, or you could even say, and this is something that I recommend, that if you're writing an essay in 2020-21, you should talk about how the current situation is impacting your scene. So I'll give you an example. So if, for example, I know someone who is in the retail business, so you know that retail has been impacted a lot, correct? So he says, look, right now this year may not be the best year for me to wait for things to get back to normal, but maybe this was the best year for me to take out 1 year to invest in myself, right? And really see from other industries, what is happening in the US, right, in the retail sector, or other parts. Let me participate in projects and classworks and all of this to enter the market. Okay, so now if you're applying in 2020, get into 21, you are going to graduate in 22. Hopefully the vaccine is found. Hopefully the demand goes up. How will the retail market change? Do you think it is going to change a lot, or do you think it is going to go back to normal? These are the questions that maybe taking out 1 year in a B school can help you reflect on, right? So I would say use that also as one of the points. So that's how my framework would be. I would say part 1, your journey, your learnings. That's going to be about 200, 250 words. Your future, you can go 300, 350 words also. And then your last part, which is how the program is going to help you, again about 250, 300 words. Again, as I said, cap it at about 1,000 words and you should be fine. So in case you found this analysis useful, please do let us know. We have a lot of students who have worked with us, who have gotten into the IIM Bangalore EPGP program. In fact, a lot of our mentors who work with students are alums from the same program. So we know what it takes, what the school is requiring, what the program requires. So we want to make sure that we can share some of our experiences in your application process. In case that sounds interesting, just go ahead and let me know. The details are provided below. So coming to the second part of the application, which is your recommendation letters. So there are essentially 3 questions that they have. How long have you known the applicant, in what capacity? I'm going to leave that. But they have 2 interesting questions. One, what do you consider the applicant's most outstanding talent or ability? And the second one is, what do you consider the applicant's chief liabilities or weaknesses? Classic strength weakness question my take would be, your recommender should be able to write these if he has worked with you for some amount of time. However, it is always okay if you work with a recommender to go and have a chat, explain to them why you are applying to the program, talk to them about the post-MBA goals. It's also okay for you to remind, especially if your manager had multiple reportees, it's okay for you to go and say, in the last 2 years, these are the projects that we worked on and this is what I've done. So, you could pick your stories from that, because it's very important that when they are saying something is a strength or something is a weakness, it is substantiated by some experience, right? So I like the fact that he's very energetic. The liability is sometimes he doesn't think through and he commits to things, correct? So usually you will see that the same quality will be a strength, but in some cases it's a weakness. He is very passionate, but he tends to be very emotional, correct? Or he is very focused on quality, but he may end up being a poor team member because he has an exalted set of standards. So somewhere they need to tell a story about you. So and give examples, right? So I think picking the right relevant examples is also something that you could help, but that would be how I would look at applying. There are a bunch of other documents that are required, but pretty much it's your GMAT and GRE score and your bachelor's degree certificates that are required. All right. So all the best with your IIM Bangalore application. In case there is any help that you need, please let us know. In case you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. You can also subscribe to this channel because we bring a lot of similar content about how to apply to B schools. If you have any questions, you can also let us know in the comments below, and keep watching, and all the best for your application.